Alrighty. Let me get my headphones
episode
on.
5. Joined by a special guest this time.
We are here with Eric Hammer.
Crowd goes wild.
Thanks for hopping on with us.
Oh, dude, thanks for having me, boys.
Some might call him the Dave Portnoy of Hoboken.
That's the first time I've heard that.
Dave Portnoy of Hoboken, I like it.
Depending on who you ask, they might love that, they might hate that.
You kind of look like Dave
Some
Portnoy
might say
too.
it's more than
I
pizza
don't know.
reviews.
I don't know if that's nice or an insult.
It's
Pizza's not my thing.
It's
What
more
if
than
I eat
pizza
pizza,
reviews.
but
Yeah, jeez, it's not coming on
You know what? The other day I posted a pizza video and someone was like, "Everyone thinks they're Dave Portnoy," and I said back to them, I was like, "If nobody allowed to eat pizza other than one person, that doesn't seem fair."
What's your favorite pizza place in Hoboken?
Yeah.
We put you on the spot.
That's a loaded question.
I see you post 10th Street. again
Okay,
now.
so 10th Street is
Great.
I believe 10th Street is the best tasting pizza,
Yeah.
but it is so freaking expensive.
Right, because you do a whole pie, right?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's ridiculous, the pricing.
Yeah.
It's a once in a while thing, and I don't feel good about it. The pizza is delicious when it's good. It's a little bit inconsistent, but
Right.
I think so that's my favorite pizza, I guess, period. But if I need like a regular go-to pie, Napoli's is my spot.
Oh, I do like Naps.
I love
Are you an
Napoli's.
uptown guy or downtown guy?
I live uptown.
Okay.
But I don't have a preference on which one. I guess
Alright.
uptown is my preference just because of proximity, but
Right.
I like both.
Okay.
Have you had their vodka pie?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's really good.
Yeah,
Vodka
and it's
pie.
not normally something that I would like. I'm pretty simple with pizza, but I love that.
I think they do penne vodka too. Like
I
you
bet.
know,
Everything they do is. I've never been steered wrong in Napoli's.
I think I had the vodka. I don't think I've had the penne vodka though.
It's also like one of the only pizza places I think you can bring like BYOB in. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
That might be right.
Okay.
I don't know.
Great spot.
Well, so give us an intro. Where are you from? What else do we want to know from you?
Yeah, just
Where are you from? How'd you get into this whole deal? Just
Yeah.
a quick synopsis.
Happy to do it. Yeah.
you might already know him. I'm sure if you live in New Jersey, New York, you're on TikTok, social media. One of his videos is
Our
probably
roommate
popped
Dan
up,
loves
so-
him already,
That's
so
right.
shout out to Dan.
That actually is true. Our roommate, dude, is a huge fan.
I love you, Dan.
He's a big fan.
I'm sorry.
Big hearts.
Sorry you're not here, bro. Much love. I hope you can chop it up.
He's gonna try and make it. Maybe
Okay,
afterwards
cool.
we'll.
He's
we'll
on
do
a date
that.
tonight. Good luck on your date.
Good luck, Dan.
Yeah.
Uh,
Riz her up. You got it, buddy.
Rizzle me this, Batman.
Yeah, my name's Eric Hammer, at the Eric Hammer on social. I'm from Jersey. I've been here my whole life.
Go Jersey.
31 years old. I've been in Jersey for 31 years. I've been in Hoboken for almost 6 years.
There we go.
Very soon. I think
Nice.
end of the month, mark 6 years, which is crazy. Thank you so much. It's a long time.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
actually really weird to think
Yeah.
about. Yeah, you probably if you know who I am, you probably see me eating food at my kitchen table. And I'm sorry that you've been subjected to that, and I'm more sorry that you might be hooked now, because that's the whole idea, is that like once I sink my my hook in you, you can't get out.
You're hooked.
Yes, that's
Hooked
right.
in.
Yeah,
With Oscar and your girlfriend.
that's right.
All there.
You're well known for your food reviews, kind of New York, New Jersey area.
Yeah,
But I've been seeing more than just that. I've seen some coffee reviews, a little mixing it up too.
I do like
So-
I do like a nice cup of coffee. I'm very
Okay.
I'm not very bougie with my coffee though. I love
Okay.
a good cup of coffee, but like I'm happy to go to a bodega and get coffee with
Yeah.
milk and sugar.
7-Eleven works for you.
I don't need a fancy machine. I appreciate it and I like it.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Right.
I make coffee at home every day. So,
Yeah.
just a quick pot of coffee, nothing fancy.
Okay.
Yeah. I try to mix it up.
That's-
That's try to be more than just.
I'm definitely a fan too. I'll be honest. I think my
Thanks, bro.
favorite videos, of course, bro. My favorite. That's why you're on here. One of my favorite videos that you make is that series where you're like random drinks I find on the roof, like with my neighbors.
Yeah, that was fun.
And you find like 4 cases of High Noon. I love those videos.
Yeah, I think this is the off season now, because like people aren't using the grill on the roof as much. But yeah, there was a period of time where a bunch of drinks were left in the refrigerator on the roof of my building, and while I was up there using the grill, got to kill some time waiting for things to cook. Open up the fridge, see some drinks. Let's make some content out of it.
It's just a
I
random
think
fridge.
it's a 2 or 3 part series, but
Yeah.
I'm hoping we can continue that.
It's a random fridge up there? No one knows where it's from?
It's like a shared fridge. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah,
Share
it's like
fridge.
it's
Oh,
next
okay.
to the grills on the roof, so like you can
Yeah.
put beer in there if you're hanging out up there,
Gotcha.
or food if you're,
Yeah,
whatever. But yeah, people left booze up there, so
Nice.
I mean, I felt bad, but it's there, and
Yeah,
it was there.
finders keepers.
It was there for weeks at a time, so I know that nobody was like missing it. They forgot
Yeah.
it was there.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
I'm happy to drink it.
All right, well, that's a good transition. Nightly pour. We have a drink of the week. Eric's favorite drink is an old fashioned.
I love an old fashioned.
Since I'm a basic bitch and I love the fall, we're doing a twist on an old fashioned.
I'm into it.
So it's an apple butter old fashioned kind of apple cider thing. We haven't really named it yet, but it's a fall drink. It's an old fashioned with apple shit in it.
Apple cider, by the way, maybe a top 5 beverage, period.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I agree.
Apple-
I agree.
Guys,
I can
this
make
is-
that case.
This was stressful for us to point out. You know, we're really, he's a food review guy, so we wanted to make sure it was good enough. So we did a few taste tests yesterday.
Yeah, so it works.
You guys put in a lot of prep work.
We
It's
put in the
not
work.
long. I appreciate it. You didn't need to do all this for me, but I'm happy you did.
Eric's kind of a big deal.
Hey, anything for you. Eric.
All right, so we'll walk you through the ingredients here. You're making your own drink, so that's your drink right there. We got the shaker. So right there, it's
Bourbon, right?
bourbon. I think
Okay.
it's 3 ounces of bourbon, so you can pour that in the shaker. We'll mix it up for you. And I think that's Woodford Reserve.
Love it.
Dan's fancy and got a
Oh,
whole
yeah.
whole bottle.
I
So
think I have a 1.75 liter of Woodford Reserve, and I've had it for 6 months, and like it looks like it's the same spot. Just nothing's happening to it.
all right.
That's the whole point of an alcohol collection. That just
It just sits there and
collects
ages.
dust. I have
Yeah,
a
it's
bar.
just
I have a
dusty.
bar cart that just collects dust. Also.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I'll use it, but it just sits there. As
You can
decorative.
see
Yeah,
our bar
exactly.
cart is collecting
It's
dust
beautiful.
over there. It's beautiful, looks great. But all right, next, this is our twist. So I think a lot of those recipes out there say cinnamon. This is 2 ounces of Fireball.
Sure it is.
Yeah. I'm glad they removed the antifreeze, so
Yeah.
no more of that in there.
Those were the good old days.
Maybe this is a vintage bottle. You don't know.
It's like, it's like Four Loko.
Yeah. Did you have Four Loko? I had Four Loko all through
Of
college.
course.
Nuts.
Good times.
Good times, but
Sidewalk Slammer.
bad times. Maybe we'll do a sidewalk slammer next podcast.
Yeah.
All right, next we got lemon juice. I think that's like 2 ounces of lemon juice, freshly squeezed right before this podcast.
Smells
Dylan
fresh.
squeezed that out himself.
This last thing is apple cider. Best drink out there. I think that's like 3 ounces.
There we go.
And then what else do we have in our drink cabinet here?
This is a good drink just in here, to be honest.
It is a good drink. So we
got
have
some bitters,
we
got
have
some
cinnamon
cinnamon
sticks,
Fuck yeah.
bitters. So I think 4 dashes of bitters in there.
And then we got some apple butter.
Magic ingredient, apple butter.
Oh, dude, Woodford Reserve makes their own bitters. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they?
The more you know.
At ShopRite like a few months ago.
I went with
didn't
5, by the way.
Perfect. We like it bitter. So I guess take a scoop of that apple butter in there.
Oh yeah.
I just put a scoop in our
Yeah, nice
pre-made
I have
drinks.
no idea how much to do, so I think
If
that
you
was-
like apple, throw a lot in there.
Yeah, I would do maybe a little more. I think it's a big scoop.
But now I got booze on the spoon. You don't
No,
care?
it's okay.
It's alright.
We're alcoholics.
Not really.
All right. So do a little twist in there. Mix it on up.
There we go.
Do a little shake in action.
Do I need ice?
We do need ice. Shit, I gotta get some
Okay,
ice.
okay.
All right, Dan's getting
I'm
ice.
not gonna do a dry
We'll be
shake.
quick. We'll be quick.
God, we were so prepared.
Sorry,
We had
fill-
everything ready.
We'll filibuster for a second. Let's just shoot the shit.
Yes.
What's your favorite drink?
So I think my favorite drink, I go for like a gin and tonic when I'm out, but it's also seasonal as well. So I like a rum and coke.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, so that's a
Um,
little bit more
yeah.
autumnal.
Yeah, it's autumnal.
It's warm.
But me and Dan, we're big East LA fans, so we like a marg, a good
Okay.
marg. Have you been to East LA?
Never.
No?
No.
Oh, we
I
gotta
know.
go to East LA now.
Let's do it.
Okay, the frozen marg, frozen lime margarita.
I know that's a thing that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I feel like it's the only Spanish place in Hoboken.
Yeah, they churritos.
Churritos closed.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Went under.
Yeah, like unexpectedly.
Yeah, just
It's a
unexpectedly.
big word.
We're not that smart on
Damn
the
it.
podcast. It'll come to us.
I don't know what happened.
Some dude came up to me like 2 months ago saying like, "Come check out Churritos Happy Hour," and then next week they were gone. I was
Yeah.
like, all right.
So that was it for churritos.
Unceremoniously.
Unceremoniously.
That's the word.
Unceremoniously.
I like it. We're using big words now. We got big high-tech equipment. We got new mics. We're making it happen here the night
We got a new
before.
camera.
New camera
We
Camera's
got-
gorgeous.
We just got all this new artwork too.
just for Eric.
We just for Eric. We got some comments on the last podcast that this wall was a little, too dry and not enough stuff was on there.
Yeah.
Off camera before, I told you I like the feng shui in here. I
See?
didn't even notice this. So
That was
I
a woman's
I
recommendation.
was really feeling the vibe.
I will do
A woman's touch is always nice.
A
for
woman's
decorations.
touch. Yeah.
I will say though, there were some like marks that were brown that someone else commented on. I didn't have any white paint. I filled it in with whiteout. So I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. That's exactly what I did.
It looks like it's part of the wall.
Yeah.
See?
Totally
I filled
fine.
it in. It was easy.
I think it works.
Can I do this?
Yes, yeah. So pour that in there.
This is a can-do podcast. You know, we fix what we can. Whiteout, boom, easy. Get some paintings.
And then you can grab a cinnamon stick there.
Hit me.
And then some apple to garnish.
Oh.
And then Dan, we have the magic of cinema. We have pre-made mix. I think it's on the other side there.
Oh yeah.
So you're not drinking alone.
Oh, I was just gonna ask.
Wow. Magic. You want to put some ice in that or no?
No, we just
You just drink it nice and
we
warm.
just drink it warm.
Yeah, it's like a warm beer.
It's a warm beer. That's it. That's all I need. You can have more ice.
They drink warm beer in Europe.
A warm beer sucks.
It does suck. I don't know how they do that in Europe.
You know it sucks when you get draft beer should be really cold. Like,
Yeah.
When it is cold, it's the best, right? But
Yeah.
when you get a draft beer that's just a little bit too warm,
No, done.
it ruins everything.
What's your favorite beer?
Good question.
Or is that seasonal too?
No, I like light beer. I'm not a beer snob.
Okay.
Land Shark's probably my favorite.
Oh, Landshark's good.
That's good, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I like light beers. I drink Bud Lights, Coors Lights. I like a Blue Moon. I like a
Okay.
Shock Top, Line and Cool. I like
Yeah,
like
Shock
Top's
light.
good stuff,
I
yeah.
like light, fruity, acidic. Not like IPA. None of that. That's not my jam. I'll drink it if it's good, but something simple.
Yeah. Cheers.
All right, cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers.
fellas.
Yeah.
We'll see how it tastes. Appley.
That's delicious.
All right, look.
We tried.
We did something right.
How's yours?
That's good.
Fuck yeah.
I like it.
Not like it was mixed, a little while ago, but
With my magic mixing skills. Well,
It looks a little different than mine.
yeah,
the
yeah.
consistency's a little different.
This has drugs in it and this doesn't.
Makes a lot of sense.
Eric's gonna have a great time on this
We're-
podcast.
Have a great time.
The night is young.
Well, you did have a great time back in college. You went to Rutgers,
I
right?
did, yes,
we
I did.
saw your Instagram video.
Are you, baby?
Yeah. Are you?
I've never said that before. like that.
Go for
Hey, the
it.
spirit comes out in the podcast.
Right, baby.
Love to see that.
Go Knights.
Go Knights. Scarlet Knights.
Scarlet
But
Knights.
check out Eric's first. If you have nothing to do, go way back to the first video on his Instagram. He's partying up at Rutgers.
That's a classic video. If
Classic
you were there
video.
for that night,
Shout
I'm
out.
happy you were there. You're
Right.
a special place in my heart.
Yes.
Real ones know.
Real ones, no.
So you're an old-fashioned guy. That's your go-to drink.
Yeah, I have become a whiskey bourbon guy over the years.
Okay.
It's an acquired taste. If you don't like whiskey and bourbon, I understand. But yeah, I think I default to an old fashioned. But when I go out to eat and I'm looking at a menu, I'm generally looking for the whiskey or bourbon drinks first. I also
Okay.
like vodka.
Okay.
Depends
Yep.
on the drink, and I'll drink tequila. Gin's not my cup of tea.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
trying to
Trying to
dip my toes in it.
diversify.
So
Yeah.
how'd you get into like old-fashioned? Would you say like for me? I remember I like old-fashions. I've watched a little bit of Mad Men, little Suits, and I was
Little
kinda
Mad
like,
Men?
This looks good.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
My story is not as cool as that. There was a summer, I don't remember what summer. I was unemployed for a summer, and my
Okay.
friend, I was living at my parents' house. My friends were going out to the shore on the weekends.
Yeah.
And because I was unemployed and I was making no money, I couldn't go out every weekend and
Right.
party. And I also felt bad about it because I feel like I was like, let me just apply to jobs all summer.
Yeah.
So I was applying to jobs Friday night, and as I was seeing my friends out partying at the shore, I would end my job searching nights drinking at home by myself.
Right.
It wasn't as depressing as I just.
Yeah, I was gonna say alcoholism.
I want to make that very clear.
Drinking
But
alone isn't bad all the time.
Yeah.
exactly. I looked at it as a reward for like
There you
a
go,
long day
yeah.
of applying for
Working your
jobs.
ass off,
But anyway,
yeah.
through that summer I became a whiskey drinker. I basically forced it on myself to get acclimated to the taste and acquire the taste because
Yeah.
it does take. There's a learning
Yeah,
curve to
For
it.
sure.
Yeah.
I still can't get used to Scotch, honestly.
I don't love Scotch. I
Yeah.
love bourbon. I love whiskey. I like Scotch. I don't love it. Maybe I will one day, but right now
Yeah.
it's kind of like a here and there. I'll drink it, but
Yeah.
it's not my favorite.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like you gotta be an old guy to like old.
Yeah. My grandpa liked Scotch.
Yeah, like your grandpa
As you
drinks
should.
scotch.
That's
Yeah.
right. Every grandpa likes Scotch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll drink a Scotch here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at a wedding, I'll have a Scotch, and I've had some terrible, gross tasting Scotches, and some are better than others. But
Sure.
bourbon, I feel like little more consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it a little bit smoother.
Yeah, absolutely. So okay, you're more than a food review guy. We kind of covered that. You've done your fair share of coffee reviews. You've done your fair. You've made drinks too. You've done little mixology. So glad you like this.
Yeah,
because
I like
I've
it.
seen some of your videos and some of the cocktails you make are great.
This is
They
right
look
up
good.
there. This is delicious.
All right.
Thank you. So, I guess like in terms of the food part of it, like what got you started with that kind of stuff? I remember your first video. I'm pretty sure it was Rice Krispies. It was like cookies and cream Rice Krispies. If I got that correct.
Yeah, that was
Record is
back,
on
that
the
was
way.
back in my cereal review days,
Okay.
which actually predated like my Instagram and TikTok videos. I was
Okay.
doing cereal reviews for a period of time, probably through my Instagram stories.
Right.
All right.
People like that, the cereal reviews.
Yeah.
And even prior to that, I had done snack reviews in different forms over the years, both living in Hoboken,
Right.
living at home with my parents. So I'd always been sort of dabbling in food content, video type stuff. But cereal was something that I sort of found a little bit of a lane in the cereal. Like
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
they looked forward to the next cereal review, and they would even recommend like, oh, go try this cereal, or like,
Okay.
there's a new one at the store, go find that, go grab that. So it sort of started with cereal in a way. That was like my intro into
Into
TikTok.
the food realm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess so. And then I slowly started doing more things, like not just cereal, like sandwiches was the next one.
Okay.
That
Okay.
was the next one that like really catapulted me to a different level. Not
Okay.
like this high level, but that was the first thing that really started
To
to like.
stardom.
That was the first thing that caught on with people outside of my friends.
Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
You have that famous like Fiore's special video.
Yes.
That's pinned on TikTok.
That
I've
was
seen that a bunch of times.
that was my first like viral video.
It's a buffalo chicken sandwich,
No,
right?
it's a
Oh.
No, it was the
roast
special.
beef.
it was
Oh, roast
graded,
beef.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that was the first video that I had that like really popped, and so I took that as a sign to keep eating sandwiches and keep making videos and going to as many delis as possible.
Right.
And the deli videos, they hit every single time.
Yeah.
But nothing else was working for me.
Yeah.
So if I was doing cereal or something else, they would fall flat, but the sandwich videos would like rise to the top, and like my follower count would grow and the views would be pretty big.
Yeah.
So I kept feeding that and like go, which was ironic because
Right.
I don't like love deli
Yeah.
sandwiches. I like deli sandwiches. I really enjoy them, but like I try to be low carb. Not great when you're eating deli sandwiches.
Yeah.
Like,
It's also not that fun.
yeah.
Yeah,
it's
no.
like-
We've been trying to eat right, and
Yeah.
hasn't been the best.
Luckily,
Not fun at all.
luckily in being in Jersey and in this area of New Jersey, like the Italian delis are abundant and they're fantastic. So like a chicken cutlet sandwich never really gets old.
Yeah,
like, with
you're
milk.
eating right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, it started with cereal in a way, and then sandwiches was really like the next evolution of,
Right.
of my content.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I think I saw like one of the first time I saw your TikToks that special at Fiore's was like right when I moved to Hoboken, and there's so much good food around here in New York that I saw that and it was like Fiore's in Hoboken, you gotta try the special. And I remember like the next day, it was Thursday, and I went to try it. I think it's Thursdays and Saturdays.
Thursdays and Saturdays.
And I was like, dude, this is so good.
It's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
It's really good.
And it wasn't like I discovered Fiore's been around for like 2,000 years,
Right.
pretty much.
Right.
So I just amplified it in my own way.
Yeah.
And it resonated with people who like are from this area, people who have heard of it but have never been here. It was on TV. It was on 30 Rock, I
Yeah.
think, which I don't watch, but I knew that was the thing.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I discovered this like hidden gem
Right.
of a sandwich. But yeah, it caught on. It was crazy.
Wow.
So what's your favorite deli in Hoboken then?
Fiore's, just because
Fiore's?
of that,
Because of that
sandwich.
video.
Yeah.
You got to stay loyal to the
Yeah,
brand.
this household's a little controversial.
We're a little mixed.
I-
I say Fiore's, so I lived around the corner. I lived 4th and Jeff,
Okay.
and I was a Fiore's loyalist. I still am.
I've had other sandwiches at Fiore's that are not the roast beef that are
Yes.
that are very good. They're
Excellent.
not on the level of the roast beef sandwich.
Yes.
That remains the best sandwich I've
With
ever
the
had.
gravy,
It's my favorite
everything?
sandwich. Yes,
Yes.
period. Not just Hoboken.
I'm a
period.
Fiore's loyalist with you.
Yeah.
Dan, on the other hand,
I love
is
Lucerto's.
mixed. He's Lucerto's.
Lucerto's, I think, has the most like ride or die following. People like
Yeah.
love Lucerto's.
Yeah, I think Lucerto's is really good, and it's so close here, dude. It's across the
Yeah.
street. So
Yeah. Lucerto's is awesome.
Yeah.
They've got really good sandwiches. I picked up sausage and pepper from there a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Delicious.
You did the Frank's Buffalo one, which I haven't had, but it
Very
looks
good.
so good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good
Yeah.
ass sandwich. Yep.
Yeah.
I really like Vito's. Vito's
Vito's.
has, in my opinion, the best like range. They have the
Yeah.
best menu, and everything has been very solid, if not
Right.
very, very good.
Okay.
What am I missing? What else? And then there's
Those are the main ones.
Emmett,
I
like
feel
Emmett
like.
So's
or
Have you been to
something?
M&P?
No.
No.
M&P
That's good?
Biancamono.
No.
They have the best mozzarella you'll ever have.
Oh, okay.
Or in my opinion, it's the
All
best in
right.
Hoboken. Probably
We'll
the
have
best
to try
ever.
that.
Gigi's is sort of a deli.
Yeah, I've seen Gigi's, but I've never been.
Gigi's is a must. Do you like chicken
Okay.
salad?
Yeah, I like chicken salad. Okay,
Oh.
Gigi's chicken salad. I gotta try that.
And there are more delis too. Like all the delis here are
Yeah, all good.
very good. We're,
Yeah.
we're very fortunate to
Oh,
live where we are.
excellent.
There's an
Okay.
Italian deli within arm's reach, pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, literally like every few blocks.
It's a good problem. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah. All right. So we got kind of how you kind of got in the realm of doing food reviews,
In the
and
game.
food content. Is there anything that like inspired you early on before to kind of get into that? And also like, I mean, you do this all the time, almost like every week on a weekly
Yeah.
basis. Is there anything that you enjoy most about it? You'd say?
So to answer the first question, like my inspiration, I haven't always been like a foodie, if that's what you want to call me,
Yeah.
which
Right.
is fine. I used to be a picky eater actually. growing
Really?
up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Chicken nuggets only?
What would you
Not,
eat?
not quite. Not, I wasn't just like a chicken nugget only kid, but like
Yeah.
I was more so afraid to try new foods, and I did weird
Okay.
things with foods. Back in the day, I used to take the cheese off the pizza.
Oh.
I know other people have done
Oh,
that
that's a
also.
sin.
Look
So-
at you now. You eat your kimchi.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, so I've come a long way since the days of pulling the cheese
Just
off.
call
my
him
pizza.
Andrew Zimmer. Yeah.
That's right. Well, it's funny you said that because like watching Food Network was like a
Yeah.
sort of a routine for me in college.
Okay.
Like, diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Gotcha. Anthony Bourdain?
Bourdain
R.I.P..
is like Bourdain's a legend. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay like fucking cracks me up. So all of his TV shows I watch. So food and Ina Garten, she's like my favorite person
Ina,
ever. I
yeah.
call her mom. Hi mom, if you're watching. So I've watched Food Network. I've always like gravitated
Who's
towards.
the lady with the guy with Ina? Jeffrey?
That's her husband.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always in the background.
Yeah, it's classic Jeffrey.
Yeah, all right. Continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All good. Jeffrey is as important to the show.
Yeah, you can't remember
Anybody
Jeffrey.
who watches Barefoot Contestant knows that Jeffrey's role is just as pivotal as Ina's role. So I think watching Food Network, I always had an interest in food. Once I started to like eat more foods and expand my horizons a little bit prior to that. And as far as like how it became what it is now, shit, man, your guess is as good as mine. I just continue to eat, and content has always been something that I've been in that world a little bit. So
Yeah.
I've just tried to like find a way to like marry the two.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome, man.
it's been a lot of trial and error. Recently, there's been a little bit of success, which has been cool, but
Nice.
it took a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a grind, dude.
Like,
Well,
follow,
well-
subscribe.
What was the second question you had?
I was just wondering, what you enjoy most about
Yes.
doing the content.
Oh, well, the fact that it's not a full-time job for me,
Right.
that's it. Like, I can do it when I want. When I don't want to, I don't have to.
Yeah,
I do it
during
as
your lunch
often.
break.
I do it as often or as little as I want to. Like, there are no rules. I don't work for anybody. It's a hobby. It's something I do
Right.
on the side. I really
Yeah.
enjoy it. Also, like, I'm not doing anything that nobody else has done. Like,
Yeah.
everybody eats.
Yeah, everybody
I-
eats.
I
so-
I just
Everyone gets to eat.
right. I just put my phone up down and I press play and I just
Yeah.
shoot the shit. And I eat my food and I talk as if there were no camera there. We talked about this before. It's like
Right.
I'm eating and I'm talking about the food and I'm having a conversation with the person next to me, right? Whether it's you, my girlfriend, or my
Right.
friend, my mom, my dad, whoever. That's the whole point. Is it's like I'm just eating, having a conversation, and it's supposed to feel like if you're watching, you're sitting at the table with me.
Right.
You're part of the meal. That's the whole point.
Which is
Because
kind of nice. Yeah.
Yes,
it's like the old style of eating. Everyone got together as a family.
Spending
having
having a meal with somebody is like
Yeah.
the best way to socialize and get to know somebody, in my opinion.
Right.
So I try to make that happen through my content, I guess.
Yeah.
So that my favorite part about it, to answer your question, is the fact that I am still in control of like when I do it, it's
Right.
still fun for me.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I feel like we're trying to be like that with drinks as well. You know.
Yeah.
Share a drink with someone, get their favorite drink, and it's
Yeah.
have a bonding moment.
But
with that.
having a meal too, we had a meal before. We did a food review,
We
so
did.
follow his Instagram.
Yeah, it'll be on his page. Check it out.
That's right.
What are you on? You're on Instagram? Are you on TikTok or no? You're
I
on
am.
TikTok.
He's on TikTok, he's on Instagram.
Instagram and TikTok, you generally find the same videos
Okay.
on both. I've started to experiment a little bit, like you might get a little bit longer videos
Okay.
on TikTok, but it's generally, if you see it on one, you might see it on the other.
Okay.
Cool.
Any YouTube shorts?
No YouTube.
That is
Okay.
your source.
Twitter is
Okay.
still my favorite, by the way.
Okay, all right.
Twitter will always
Twitter,
be my
is it
favorite.
called
Okay.
Twitter anymore? It's
I call it
X.
Twitter.
What was it called now?
I'm gonna call it Twitter forever.
Is it Twitter? Twitter forever.
I think the people who have used Twitter for the past decade plus, like myself,
Twitter.
I will not call it X.
What do you say though? What are you Xing today? Or are you tweeting? It's like how that sounds so much better. What are you tweeting
Yeah.
about? What are you Xing?
What do you X out?
No, what are you gonna say? Am I posting on X? That's
Yeah.
it's too many words. We don't have time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't just do food reviews though. You chef it up a little too. You were saying that earlier too.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite meal you make, or I mean, I'm sure you cook a lot, but
I cook a lot. Yeah. I was trying to explain this before. I understand why people might think that I only order out and go out to eat and order delivery for every meal. My videos suggest that. I totally understand that. It's a misconception. I cook more often than I don't cook.
Okay.
Like, most meals during the week,
All right.
I'm cooking. And we also like cook and eat pretty healthy at home,
yeah,
which
nice.
also people might not think based on watching my videos are a little bit more indulgent and over the top, and the foods are like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're
Good for the
extravagant.
people though too.
For the people.
Totally, but I wouldn't get things like just for a video. Like, I want
Right.
to eat those things.
Right.
But I cook a lot. I think my favorite thing to make risotto.
Oh, that's hard to make.
It's not hard to make. It's a labor of love. It takes a long time. It's
Yeah.
very simple. It's just like it's a process, and you have to be like constantly like adding stock,
Yeah.
stirring, adding stock. You can't walk away from the stove. But like I said, it is a labor of love, and it is well worth it. One of my favorite things to make. I also make a bomb guacamole.
Oh, all right.
I used to
all
work
right.
at Chipotle back in the day.
Oh.
So I've sort of taken that recipe, made some slight tweaks to it to
Okay.
make it my own. Dynamite every
All right,
time.
you'll have to bring us some.
Done. Next
Yeah.
time.
Maybe Sunday football or something.
Sunday football.
Chips and guac.
Consider
But
it done. I think
what-
those are probably my favorite things to make.
What kind of risotto are you making? Is it I feel like mushroom risotto is like the
I
classic.
love
risotto.
a mushroom risotto. The one I usually make is just like a classic like Parmesan
Okay.
Parmesan risotto.
Gotcha.
Sometimes I'll do like a lemon Parmesan.
Okay.
A mushroom. We're getting into.
Yeah, I feel like that's the classic.
We're getting into like the season
Yeah.
where it's like mushroom risotto
Yeah.
just makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Maybe throw some truffle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you a truffle person?
Truffle. I do like truffle.
Okay.
Yeah. Truffle
Always.
season. Truffle season is like year round for me though. I'll eat truffle in the summer.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Dude,
Yeah.
Trader Joe's has so much truffle stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like they have some great truffle stuff, and some of it I've had is like a little too much truffle.
We cooked pasta.
Truffle's tough.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be used sparingly, and a lot of like the truffle like oils and powders, like none of it's like real truffle anyway.
No,
Yeah,
like
it's all
fake
processed
truffle.
stuff.
Not around here.
Yeah.
Trader Joe's, you're not getting real truffle. I love Trader
Yeah.
Joe's.
But
but-
yeah, I got this one pasta sauce, and I like dumped the whole thing in, and it was literally the most truffly thing ever, and I had to throw it out. It was so like it was too much.
When you get too much, there's really nothing you can do
Yeah.
to save it, whether it's a pasta or anything like that. It's,
right.
You gotta use it correctly, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What did we chef up that one time? It was buffalo mac and cheese, and we got the wrong like buffalo
Oh no,
sauce.
because you got habanero sauce.
Habanero
Buffalo
sauce. Yeah.
And
Couldn't
we
eat
put the
it.
whole thing in.
Good.
Ruined the whole thing.
It was horrible.
So-
It's a tough mistake.
And
Yeah.
we meal prepped it. There was like these 10 containers of it, and we had each one container and threw the rest out.
Right.
If it makes you feel any better, even like professional chefs fuck up in the kitchen. So
So just call us
Hey.
future Gordon Ramsays out
call us to
there.
that.
there's a video online of Gordon Ramsay making his famous scrambled eggs, and
Yeah.
while he's making it, burnt the shit out of his toast.
See?
So nobody's
Everyone makes mistakes.
I have made those scrambled eggs. They're really good.
Yeah.
And scrambled eggs are great.
on the heat, off the heat.
Yes.
Yeah.
With it's not sour cream. It's just like creme fraiche. It's
Yeah.
a little different, but so I had to get that.
But you really got the
Chose
pan.
right.
Gotta get the pan on and off.
You
That's
can
the
you
trick.
can get
I
them
feel
pretty
like.
soft without the creme fraiche or the sour cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. It sucks when scrambled eggs are like hotel scrambled eggs. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Start
yeah.
with the metal thing.
those are gross. They're just like
Yeah, Holiday Inn.
rubbery, whatever.
I think that's out of a box, probably.
Yeah, soft
Yeah.
scrambled eggs. You can do it. That's the move.
All right. Well, speaking of high-end food,
I
right?
don't know
Gordon
how we
Ramsay.
got to that. Sorry about
No,
that.
no, you're good.
It was a good transition.
Egg talk.
We're pre-gaming. We got
Love
plenty
egg,
of time.
Yeah, that's true.
Hanging out.
But high-end food, we saw you went to the fancy food show.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Dude, can you believe they let me in? They gave me press credentials.
Yeah, you're a high-end
It's
person.
embarrassing for them that they gave me credentials.
But did you blend in like a celebrity?
Definitely not. Blend in, yes, because there was like 50,000 people there probably.
Yeah.
It felt like it was
It's at the Javits Center, right?
my first time there.
All right.
I've never been in a place with more people, I don't think.
Yeah.
If you told me there were a million people there, I'd believe you.
All right.
I heard about the event from a friend who her company was there giving out their company's product. And I just like applied for press credentials.
Nice.
And they gave it to me, which is unbelievable.
So completely free.
Me.
Got to try free.
That's awesome.
I just went, yeah, they gave me press
Awesome.
credentials. I had a badge and everything.
Nice.
And I just walked around like sampling free food all day.
That's
It
awesome.
was amazing. Took a day off of work.
I feel
Right
like that's
on.
a perfect like representation of like you. Some of you out there might not
Oh
think
shit!
like
Just grab your drink.
might
I
not
may
want to
have
send
drank
it and
before.
reach out to someone
We're switching
to get
drinks.
into something. But I feel like it's a good point of like you try and do something and it works out.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude,
It doesn't matter who you are or anything.
asking for things like not like handouts, but like if you just ask for
Right.
like to show up to an event. If you pretend you're supposed to be somewhere, people generally like don't ask questions.
Right.
And
Fake it till you make it, right?
yeah, and I guess in this case, like I didn't even have to they
Yeah.
must have saw value in having
Yeah.
someone like me come without any expectation
Yeah.
of like making any content, which I did because I wanted to, not because I had to.
Right.
But yeah, I just like asked for press
That's
credentials,
awesome,
and
yeah.
they said yes.
Yeah.
And like I think that should be a
Right.
lesson to anybody.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like,
a perfect example of how it works out. I do a little bit of photography, and the amount of like random concerts I've gotten in, just being like, oh, I'm taking pictures here, and they just let you walk right past
Totally.
and get it. It's so easy.
and even like if you wanted to like reach out to somebody who like you respected in the photography industry, like you can get a hold of somebody more easily than you think just by sending a DM or like asking somebody who knows somebody, hey, can you put me in touch with this person? Like
Yeah.
it's not that unattainable to like climb the ladder a little bit, at least
Yeah.
in terms of like getting yourself a foot in the door somewhere. You
Yeah.
have to try though.
Right.
Absolutely.
You have to
So-
put in the work.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I mean, if you do nothing, then you don't. You miss all the shots you don't take. So
Yeah.
that's kind of a representation of that. Also, you do food reviews too, though, so I'm sure that helps too. Like you're known.
Well, that's why I
You're
said
well known in New York, New
that's
Jersey.
why I said I don't think I had to like fake it to.
Right.
I had to
Right.
like I had to.
You had your foot
I
halfway
didn't
in the
just
door.
like write
already.
a letter. I had to like fill out a form and like,
Right.
like link my accounts and like show who I was
Right.
and why I wanted to be
Right.
there and what I was going to do there. So I guess I was like I earned my spot there, but it is ridiculous to think about that they not only like gave me press credentials, but they gave me a badge. Like
Yeah.
it said, I think it said,
That's awesome.
I think it said TikTok or press on it.
Oh,
No,
nice.
we love that.
Nice.
Somebody had to wait. Somebody had to use time at their job to write my name on there. That's embarrassing.
They have the
Somebody-
Eric Hammer account. It's like a top secret
Somebody
file.
had a person had to like look at my name and say, okay, they're in. That person should be fired. But I'm grateful that they let me.
It was a
in,
good
because
video,
fun.
too.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks to
And
Joe Schmo who let Eric
It was
in.
a great event. I'll see you next year at the summer fancy food show.
Since we're kind of on the topic of influencers and things like that,
Yeah.
if we want to be, let's say we're going to be food influencers just
Yeah.
like you one day when we grow up. What's
Once we
three
get older.
Yeah.
what's three tips that you would give some people if they're out there trying to be food influencers?
You got to start.
Just got to
That's like-
start.
that is first, second, and
Love that
third.
advice.
But that is just the first one. Like
Yeah.
you got to just start. And so, like we talked a little bit before about your podcast. That you guys came in with
Right.
a little bit of a plan. You had done some research and some homework, and you were prepared to start.
Right.
Which is great because, like, you weren't just starting without any idea of what was going to come. Like you had
Right.
a direction that you wanted to head in. But with content, and even with this, it's like the longer you wait, like you're not making any progress in like waiting, and like it's never going to be perfect in the beginning. And even though you want it to be, it's like you're overthinking every
Right.
little decision. Analysis paralysis. It's like it's only a detriment to yourself. So start if you want it to become. If you want to
Hit
make
the
food
ground
content,
running. Yeah.
make food content.
Alright.
And it doesn't have to be. You can model after somebody else's style, and like eventually you have to find your own way of doing it. That's tip number 2. Is like find your
Tip number
own.
2. Alright.
Find your own style. Find things that not only you can do on like at a high clip, like at a repeat, you can repeat it, but something that's a little bit unique. Like you need to have your own unique perspective.
Yeah.
You can try to copy somebody's style all you want, but like at the end of the day, you'll never get to that person's level because that's their unique way of doing it, and you have to find your own path. What's a good third one?
You got a good first two.
Yeah, the first one flew right. That's an obvious one. Oh, consistency.
Okay.
That's
All right.
huge. Like I'm posting videos almost every day,
Yeah.
but if not every day, a couple times a week, and it takes work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes time. Like my time outside of my job, I'm spending making videos, editing videos, planning out things for the future that I want to do. You need to be getting yourself out there at a heavy clip and like continuously in the future. Like you can do a video a day for 10 days, and then if you stop, it was all a waste.
Right, you drop
but
off.
if you do it every day for 10 months, I guarantee you will see progress, and you will learn a style that works for you, styles that don't work for you, what videos people like, what videos people don't like.
Right.
You will learn so much through consistency. It's not just like for growing your account, but it's even more so for figuring out what lane you can play in.
Right.
Yeah.
If it's a labor of love, it's not really work.
Yeah, and it goes back to the fact, like I said, nothing's gonna be perfect in the beginning. Like my videos in the beginning, that cookies and cream Rice Krispie video, if you look at that versus my content now, that shit probably sucks.
That was a good
Still
video.
great
I mean,
content.
It's changed, but it's like, you try different foods, you move on to
I
other
think
things.
I think in the beginning my approach was let me try, and it's frustrating because like you're not getting you don't get the views that you want, or you don't get like the amount of comments or the amount of people seeing it. But I was willing to like, all right, let me just like keep tasting and testing different styles and different kinds of videos, voiceover, me talking to the camera, close-ups of the food, me eating all different kinds of things. And over time, like I figured out a bit of a format that worked. For a while, it was just the sandwich videos, and eventually I broke through that by like continuing to post things that were not working.
Right.
Because what was working, but I wanted to try to get other things that were working.
Yeah.
So through consistency, my account grows, your account will grow, and you'll learn like
Right.
what style you want to
Trial and error.
Totally,
Yeah.
completely.
I think that's great tips, and I love the one that's just like get started. I feel like that's just one thing that you can plan for so long, and having a plan is great, but it's all about like when are you going to execute. You can't just sit on that. It's like just do it, just start doing it.
You got to start.
Yeah.
Right, because you have nothing to lose if you start. So think about it, plan it out a little bit, and then just start doing it. You
Yeah.
know?
If you start making food videos today, your video's gonna suck. I'm telling you, like, it's just, but it's like,
Yeah, they will.
If you're like okay, like some people are like, well, I don't like, I want it to be perfect from the beginning. It's just not gonna happen. Like
Yeah.
every single person who has 1 million, 10 million followers,
Right.
they started with 0.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just a fact. They did.
Right.
And I bet you the first video wasn't very good.
Yeah.
But eventually, through trial and error, something clicked.
That. You
Absolutely.
find that
But
niche
but
audience.
You got to start.
Yeah.
You got to start.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that.
So we know how you kind of got into food reviews. What influencer? We know you like Food Network and things like that.
Yes.
Is there an influencer that also does food reviews, or someone that you really would want to collaborate with that you haven't yet?
Oh, that's a great question. I got a couple different answers. How Kev Eats. Do you guys know How Kev Eats?
Yeah.
He's a legend.
Okay. Yeah, he's great.
Yep. I will collab with him one day, Kev.
One day,
Yeah.
if you're watching this.
I've
Yeah,
started to
yeah.
make inroads with him. We
Alright.
have a loose relationship.
Okay.
We've had a little bit of back and forth, not in a bad way, just like
Scheduling.
there's
Yeah.
a bit of a flame there, so I
Okay,
gotta
alright.
nurse that flame.
All right.
My girl Kate, you guys know Kate from Hoboken?
Kate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kate,
Yeah.
Kate's a legend. We've hung out on occasion. She's super
Okay.
cool. That collab is inevitable, which will be great. That'll like make headline news.
Hoboken will
They'll
explode.
make Hoboken girl.
Yeah.
They'll make
Yeah.
Is she
everything
the
else.
actual Hoboken girl? Who knows?
She's not.
There's
I
two
don't
girls
think-
that
I
are
don't think
Hoboken.
she is.
Yeah.
And man, I'm trying to think of somebody that's like outside of the food space that would be an awesome person to collab with. like a musician or an athlete
that'd be
or
cool.
somebody
Yeah.
like in my world who's like a legend to
You're
me.
a Jets fan, right? So
I'm a Jets fan.
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Thank you very much.
It's been tough out there.
I've gotten a lot of condolences over the past couple weeks. They're all very much appreciated, assuming that they're sincere. But there's nobody like Jets legends that I would. We don't have any legends really. Shit, man.
How about a Mets guy?
Yeah, that's where my mind went to next.
I just know where this is going.
DeGrom.
Fuck the Grom. No, I'm just
Yo,
kidding.
our other roommate who loves you is a big Mets fan.
I'm just
too,
kidding.
by
Like Mike Piazza is my favorite Met of all time.
Right.
I don't know like what we would do with a collab. Maybe
Play some baseball and
he
eat
is-
some sandwiches.
He is an Italian guy, so maybe we eat a couple pizzas together or something like
There you
that.
go.
You should-
In his house in Italy, because he lives in Italy. So that
Ah,
would be
ciao,
a
come
collab.
stai?
Yeah.
the way. Yeah.
Okay.
You could do like some type of baseball collab where you go to every single stadium and you rank which hot dog's the
Yeah,
best. with
that's-
the delivery code or
Isn't
something.
that every guy's dream? It's like
Yeah.
go to, like, every team stadium in any sport.
That'd be really
and,
cool.
Like,
Yeah.
see all the teams play, eat all their food, live like be in those cities for a little while, like a
Yeah.
tour. That'd be.
I hear
It's
Mets
amazing.
Stadium though has like really good food.
City Field has
Yeah.
unbelievable food. Yeah, I've been to other baseball stadiums that have good food.
Okay.
Philly has really good food, but City Field is, and I think City Field is like widely known as
Like,
one of, if
top
not the
rated.
best. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
everything.
I'm a Yankees fan. Their food's it's okay.
You were
Yeah, I've been.
Yeah.
Food's okay.
Yeah.
You were in Chicago too. You tried Portillo's. Did you go to a Cubs game at all? or-
I went to a Cubs Mets game actually.
Cubs
All right.
Sort of a coincidence, sort of not a coincidence. We were planning our trip and we're like, oh, the Mets are in town. Let's go then. It worked out. It worked out great. My first time in Chicago, great city
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, it was a lot. It's a lot of
I had my first Chicago dog
fun.
Uh,
Amazing.
at the Wiener Circle.
Yeah, so good.
Have you been there?
Yeah.
What a place.
It's an it's an amazing place.
Have you ever been there?
I have had it. I went to Chicago when I was really young.
Best
so
hot dogs in
I
Chicago.
don't remember, but I did have the hot dog.
Did you get a chocolate milkshake?
I did not,
Chocolate
no.
milkshake?
From Wiener Circle? No,
No.
I haven't got. Dude, I
No
think
chocolate
so.
milkshake. I gotta go back to Chicago.
Let me give you a pro tip.
Pro
If they
tip.
offer you a chocolate milkshake, just say yes.
All right.
It's not a chocolate milkshake.
Oh, what is
I
it?
didn't know about this until after we had paid and decided we did not want a chocolate milkshake.
Say yes to the chocolate
You give them
milkshake.
$20. First of
Yeah.
all, they're like mean to you there.
Oh,
They're
okay.
like- they're like rude
yes,
to you.
yes, I remember this. They're
They
mean
are,
to you.
yeah,
Yes.
It's part of their shtick.
Right.
You give them $20. They take you in the back and they rub your face in their tits.
Ah.
That's chocolate milkshake.
I want a chocolate
I
milkshake.
know.
I'm supporting breast cancer this month,
right.
so
That's
I
right.
love titties as
I was
well.
also gonna say one thing. So you did Portillo's. You did the
I
Italian.
love
beef.
Portillo's.
One thing
I
that
love
I love a chocolate milkshake.
one thing I don't think that you did was they have like a chocolate cake, an actual milkshake.
At
not that.
Portillo's, yeah,
At
cake-
Portillo's.
cake shake.
Have you tried that?
I have not.
I think everything's a euphemism
I'm gonna-
now.
This one's legit. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, people. I'm gonna go back to Chicago.
Yeah.
And there's plenty more I need to get. I heard they have great salad at Portillo's.
They do have good
Oh.
This
salad.
one, yeah. So
It's hard to try everything though. But the cake shake is. I remember like growing up as a kid, they were saying you got to try that. So I tried it and it's really good.
yeah, Chicago was awesome.
Yeah, I got to try the Wiener Circle one sometime.
I'm waiting for the chocolate milkshake. I'm gonna ask at every restaurant in Hoboken, do you have a chocolate milkshake?
It's not like that here.
You never know.
It's
Gotta ask.
wild in the Midwest. You don't know.
We talked about this before. If you pretend you're supposed to be there, if you act like, oh,
Yeah.
I want chocolate milkshake.
Yeah.
Never know.
Don't do it. I'm with you. I like that.
All right, so
Wrigley Field, awesome by the way. Love it.
Yes,
it was
great.
it was like a dream come true.
very historic. Like the history there is incredible. Yeah, it's
Amazing.
awesome. And the town around, the bars are great.
it was-
you go to Sluggers. You go to.
Went to Sluggers.
Oh, great bar.
It-
What my favorite bar?
Yeah, it was fantastic. Wrigley Field was everything I hoped it would be and so much more. It was like literally a dream come true.
Okay.
Like it was a perfect night. Like it was, the sun was setting. It was like nice out. It got a little bit cold. We were sitting
Yeah.
in the bleachers. The Mets kicked the shit out of the Cubs. That was just a bonus.
That hurts a little.
Yeah, I mean, I could have watched any team play there. I wouldn't have even cared. It was amazing.
Dude, it's a tough time to be a Chicago sports fan. Like Bears are, I think, 0-5.
The Bulls did okay.
Wait, the Bulls haven't started yet.
Bears-
Yeah,
won
but
last
they were
night.
okay.
And Lonzo, yeah, they won last night. There we go. So they're 1-4.
Lonzo Ball probably has to retire.
They've been posted for 2 years. They're like, he's gonna come back from this. We'll see. Hopefully he does.
Yeah.
All right. So you've traveled. You've done a ton of food stuff. You do all this on TikTok. You do all this on on Instagram.
Yeah.
Any crazy story that you've had, whether it's like a confrontation with some waiter, or whether it's someone who's like giving you the food, or while you're doing the review anywhere, any like thing weird that's happened?
I haven't had any confrontations other than like people dropping a mean comment. which
Okay.
happens all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't really care about that because I respond to them. I respond to everybody.
Yeah.
I respond to almost every comment.
Okay.
Positive, negative,
Yeah.
neutral, thought-provoking, nothing. Like every comment on every video, within reason, I will respond to.
Okay.
And I think people drop those negative comments because they think that they're not going to get a response.
Boom, you're right on top of it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if it's a battle of wits, like I will win every single time. And then as soon as you come back, and you're like, no, dude, you can't take a joke. Well, you weren't joking around. I just
Right.
called you anyway.
Yeah.
I can't think of any like confrontations that have happened. I mean, like
Is there any like crazy food incidents where it's like someone spills a whole dish on you or something like that?
that has never happened.
No.
There was one time where me and a friend were somewhat responsible for a waiter getting fired.
Somewhat responsible.
Yeah, so
He's in prison
I'll
now.
be quick. I'll be quick with the backstory. But when I first started, working in New York, or maybe a few years after, I was a mystery diner.
Oh,
Okay.
I stumbled into this job after work, like a side gig.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah, that's-
amazing. Going out to
that's
eat, going
Yeah.
to drink in the city for free, essentially.
Yeah.
I write up these reports after, and we were going to these restaurants, and I was going with the same friend to the same place, neither of which are important, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know. Anyway, there was one waiter there who was like the best waiter there. He was known as because we were like VIP customers,
Right.
because we were there so often.
Yeah.
We knew a hostess, we knew a manager, we knew a server that was
Right.
there. So we were getting the hookup on top of it already being
Right.
free.
Free.
It was
Yeah.
it was epic.
That's awesome.
Something happened where like we were part of the reason why this waiter got fired. Like he or she, they were giving special treatment or something to certain people, and we felt bad about it. I don't know how responsible we were. I don't think we were. I learned a little bit more about it, but it was a sad state of affairs. We found out he was fired because or she.
Or he, she.
Right.
Whoever it was.
Our favorite server at one of our favorite restaurants. Don't know where they are now, but that was just.
They're handing out chocolate milkshakes on the streets
But it's
of
not
Brooklyn.
because of what we did. Chocolate milkshake. We didn't
It
do
always
it.
comes back to that.
We didn't. What? It always. comes
In
back
the
to
streets of Brooklyn this time. It's not a
If
fancy
I know one
restaurant.
thing, if I've learned one thing, it always comes back to chocolate milkshake. We didn't do anything wrong, but like we were one of the things that
Okay.
snowballed into this big issue for this person. So
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Okay.
I don't know if that answered your question.
No, that is a good question.
All right.
That's a good answer. Any like, you've tried a lot of foods. Any craziest food? Like, have you eaten grasshoppers or anything like any weird bugs? Or
I've had
anything?
grasshopper before
Okay.
at a Mexican restaurant. Like it's pretty common. Like you put them on like top of like tacos or guacamole.
Oh.
They're fine. They're just like crunchy.
Okay.
It sort of tasted like popcorn kernels,
Oh,
like super
Interesting.
crunchy like that.
Okay.
They're fine. You put like some lime juice and salt on them. You put lime juice and salt on anything. you
Yeah.
can eat it.
yeah.
Rocky Mountain oysters. You ever had those?
Oh, those are good. I like those.
I-
Bull testicles.
Yeah. I think
I
they're
gotta
actually
try
pretty
that.
good.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I think I had one.
Yeah.
It was fried. Again, fry anything.
Yeah.
It's gonna be delicious.
Yeah.
But yeah, bull testicle.
Okay.
Rocky Mountain
All right.
oysters. Pretty good.
Do you do a little salt-based sprinkle?
Man, I don't even remember how they were served. I was at a restaurant in Denver. I forget what it was called.
Denver classic.
Yes.
Nice.
If I heard the name of the restaurant, it's like a pretty classic spot, I think. They have all kinds of like exotic game on the
That's
menu.
awesome.
Like
Yeah,
alligator meat and all that kind of
Probably,
things.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
There's like
Ostrich.
dude, I think there's a food
Ostrich.
truck like in Hoboken that they do just exotic birds like kangaroo and
Dark
like,
Side of the Moon.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
That's what it's
Yeah.
called.
I don't know how legit that is, but yeah, I remember they had some odd things in the menu. The
Yeah.
truck parks by my apartment. That's why
Yeah.
I know it.
They probably just have like rats and they cook up in the bag.
I don't fuck with rats, dude. Now I'm like uncomfortable. Uncomfortable.
Dylan and I were gonna ask is like we just saw like in the news all these different foods that they're doing at like the North Carolina like state fair.
Yeah.
And one of them's like an ostrich burger, and I was like, is that have you had an ostrich burger?
I haven't. I thought that place Bear Burger used to do like different.
what?
They made it on like
Yeah.
I think they made it like bison burgers, nothing
Yeah.
crazy. No, I never had anything like that. I would be down to try. I would try almost anything.
Okay.
There's not much that I like most foods, and I'm open to trying almost anything within
Within
if-
reason.
Yeah, if it gets
Yeah.
like super exotic, like I don't want to try like bugs and things like that. But
Have you had sea urchin?
yeah, uni.
Yeah. Are you a
Yeah.
fan?
Can you do a shot
I'm
of
not
that?
a fan.
So
No.
I,
You may do a shot of like
I-
sake. I don't know.
I've never done a shot of it. I used to hate it. I've
Really?
come around to it recently.
Oh,
It's-
see it? Not a fan.
I don't love it. I've started to really like it though. I think I'm quickly going back into
Okay.
the camp of loving it. But I
Alright.
used to hate it for a long time. It tasted
Okay.
very
Okay.
like fishy to
I
me.
feel like it tastes like if you go to the ocean, take a mouthful of
Yes,
seawater. That's
that's-
kind of like what uni tastes like.
I don't know if I've had better uni lately
Yeah.
or if my tastes have changed.
Yeah.
But I'm on the record. I'm in on uni.
In on uni.
Yes, big time.
Uni life.
Uni is a pretty like out there like decadent
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's a different like texture. I can see that being an issue for a lot of people.
All right.
So that's a tough one for.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap up with one question, and then we're gonna do a speed round. So we're not quite wrapped up,
Come
but
on.
Yeah, I'll give a quick we'll time it for a minute.
we'll
do
time it for
quick-
a minute. But
there's supposed to be quick, fast questions.
but here's the last question before we go to the speed round. What's your favorite all-time food spot in Hoboken, New York area?
There's not a speed round, right?
This is not the
Oh,
speed
so
round. The
that's
speed round's coming.
Yeah.
Man.
It's a loaded question.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some unbelievable meals in the city, and Hoboken is a great food city also.
Yeah.
One of the best ones I've ever had was in Las Vegas at Gordon Ramsay's Steak at
Oh.
Paris Hotel. It was the first time I ever tried
Okay.
beef Wellington, and it was
Oh, all
it
right.
was epic.
That's like his thing, right? Beef
That's his
Wellington?
thing, yeah,
Yeah.
big time. You ever had beef Wellington?
Yeah, good.
Fuck yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never had it, dude. I want to make it so badly.
It's so good. I've never made it. Oh, I made it. I've made it with my family once.
Okay.
Never on my own. It's challenging, but it's so
yeah.
fucking good.
I made it at a cooking class with some girl, and then no longer seeing her. So R.I.P. to
Yeah.
that.
All right. I had a meal. Have you ever been to Minetta Tavern?
I've heard of it.
I haven't been there.
Okay.
Where is that?
It's in West Village, I think, or Greenwich
Yeah.
Village, somewhere
Okay.
in that area. They are known for one of the best burgers in the city.
Okay.
I'd been there twice. I went once years ago with a friend, and it was really good, but it didn't wow me. And I went back again more recently
Wow.
with a different friend, and everything, not just the burger, was like off the charts. It was
Okay.
like, that was probably the best meal that I've ever had, top to bottom,
Wow.
start to finish. And my
Okay.
friend with me like agreed, like everything was
Yeah.
perfect. The drinks were perfect. Every appetizer perfect. The burger insane. They have a souffle dessert.
Oh,
Oh, that sounds
It was
good.
it was amazing. So that meal at Minetta Tavern was probably the best meal start to finish that I've ever had.
Okay.
okay.
Have you do you watch How I Met Your Mother?
I used to, yeah. I
Oh, the
have.
best
The
burger episode?
best burger episode.
Yeah.
They like look for this hole in the wall burger place. It might be Minetta Tavern.
It could be that, yeah.
Wait, I actually, man, I think
They tried
I don't
like,
think that's
a
it.
bunch.
I feel like that place has been revealed.
Oh,
Like,
really? Oh,
If
okay.
it was about a particular place, I don't know, but I'm always in the hunt for the best burger.
All
That's
right.
probably my favorite
Okay.
food, actually.
All right. Burgers are favorite food, hands down.
I think yeah, but
All right.
at the end of the day, if I had to pick
All
one
right.
thing, give me a fat,
All right.
juicy bacon cheeseburger.
Oh, dude,
also,
the best.
this might be a little bit of a hot take. I prefer a thicker burger than a smash patty. I
Ooh.
love a smash
All right.
burger. Love. I want that on the record too. But if I had to choose one, I still like the thicker, like bar, tavern, steakhouse style burger.
Okay. All
Where I
right.
can really get like medium rare, get some like nice juice in
Yeah.
there.
I like
Antique
that.
Bar and Bakery has a good, like, nice ribeye
Yeah,
thicker
Antique
burger.
is-
Yeah,
Antique
it's good.
might be the best restaurant in Hoboken.
It's good.
Okay.
Dude, it's up there. It's really
Antique, Augustino's.
good. Yeah.
That's a special place if you can get a reservation.
Yeah,
there.
there's
Good
a
luck.
real reservation.
O'Neill's has an amazing burger and
Yep.
a great restaurant. Moran's has a great burger. Zach's is a great spot.
Mm-hmm.
We frequent Carpe Diem.
Carpe Diem.
Okay.
Oh, Autostrada.
Oh, I
Yeah.
haven't been there, but I want to go.
Good spot.
That needs to be a priority.
Okay.
They have a good
I'll make it a
brunch
priority.
too.
Okay.
Autostrada needs to be a
Yeah.
priority.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I leave you with that.
Okay.
All right.
All right. We'll do the quick hit questions. You
Speed
wanna
round.
time this? All right. Speed round.
Speed round. Should I time it?
I'm really nervous for this.
Just first thing that comes to mind. It's all PG. Don't worry.
I'll try to be as quick as possible.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try to get
All right.
It's
quick.
10. It's 10 questions. So
Okay.
it's a 10.
Give it like
10 question
2 minutes. We'll
I
do
always
2
feel like when I watch Family Feud, when they do the
with the buzzer.
no, when they do the what do they call it at the end? When they do the 5 questions, you have 25 seconds to answer. Like you got to be quick. I feel like I'm really good at that watching on TV. Now I'm not like I'm not,
Now's your chance to do it live.
There's literally no pressure. I feel like that right now. You're Steve Harvey.
I'm Steve Harvey.
There's no pressure on this.
Steve Harvey, countdown. 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Next place you want to travel to eat. Or do a food review.
Japan.
Okay. Favorite sushi place in Hoboken.
Okinawa.
Okay. Favorite place to go out. Hoboken, New York. Or either.
Shit. Pass.
Okay. Go to order from O-Bagel.
Bee sting.
Okay. Pork roll
Or
or Taylor...
chicken colored egg and cheese.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Good answer. That is a good one. Pork roll or Taylor ham.
Taylor ham.
Okay. Favorite pizza place, Hoboken. You already said that. I
Yes.
think. Okay.
Napoli's.
Napoli's.
Favorite place you've traveled to so far? Just in general, not even food stuff. Whatever you want to pick.
San Diego or Portland, Maine.
San
Nice,
Diego.
dude.
We just went to San Diego.
What a place.
If you're gonna watch Sunday football in Hoboken, where are you going to?
My couch, but if I'm going out, I love Shep, and I like Finnegan's,
Finnegan's a good spot.
Carpe Diem,
Okay.
and Mulligan's.
Okay. Nice. Best frozen item at Trader Joe's.
Probably the Chipwich.
Dude, the chipwiches are so good at Trader
It's
Joe's.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, I know we're like going off track here. They're insane.
They're unbelievable. Last question. I guess we asked, it's the most exotic food snack you've ever tried. Was there anything other than grasshopper you would think of?
Rocky Mountain oyster.
Okay.
I
Bull
can't think of
testicle.
any. Yeah, bull
Okay.
testicle.
All right. So,
Love a bull testicle.
all right. I got one last bonus question.
Hit me.
So, you're 4 years old on Nickelodeon. You did Figure It Out. You did the ABCs backwards.
I did.
Can you do them all right now?
Sure
Still?
can.
All right. Let's hear it.
ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKJIHGFEDCBA.
All right.
We love it.
Perfect.
Summer
That was
Sanders,
great.
love you.
You crushed that. Anything you want to talk about? Anything upcoming going on?
Oh,
I just
that's
want to
time.
give you some time
But continue.
to talk about what
You
you're
you
going
did
on
you
in
passed the
future.
speed round.
Oh my god.
But now just if you have anything up and coming you want to talk about,
dude,
like,
that was-
You can relax now.
Man,
Yeah.
I mean,
like future projects,
yeah,
things you're excited about.
I have some like big ideas that I'm working on. I'm in the middle of extensive rice ball research in Hoboken,
Ooh,
so
that sounds good.
look out for that. I still have some more work to do, but I'm going to be putting out the official rice ball guide in Hoboken, the Hoboken
Okay.
rice ball guide. That's going to be. I mean, people might not care about that. I fucking love a rice ball, so and then some
I'm
more
here.
iterations of that after the rice ball research is done.
Okay.
No spoilers. Chocolate chip cookies, egg rolls. Those are on the deck. On deck. But you can expect a lot more of the same content that I've been doing, but new restaurants,
Okay.
new foods, a lot more cooking content. I mentioned
Okay.
that to you before. Maybe a couple beverages here and there.
Yeah.
You never know. I got a lot of shit cooking.
All right. Yo, guys, thanks for tuning in. Nightly Pour, episode 5. We got Eric Hammer coming
And
on.
then
Appreciate
what
you.
handles again?
We got
The
Eric
Hammer.
I'm the
Eric.
Eric Hammer. By the way, if you think my name is Rich, it's not.
Eric
that's a
Hammer.
thing.
Is
It's
that
not.
TikTok
So
and
it's just
Instagram?
Eric.
It's
TikTok,
both?
Instagram,
Okay.
Twitter. I mean, if you want to follow me on Twitter, we can chop it up there.
Yeah.
That's my preference. You know that.
Brother, appreciate you coming on. This is a great podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks for being our first guest.
We're gonna close
I'm
out.
honored. What's
Yeah.
what's the line? I'll say.
Thank you all.
Stay thirsty, sipsters.
Stay thirsty, sipsters.
Stay thirsty,
Until
sipsters.
the next pour.
Until
Till the next pour. All right. Peace.
Peace.